to round 8 of the LBRacing series. Here to start off with the 296 Scuderia series. Here at Fuji. What a track! One that we haven't gone to before in the series that have been before. One with an extremely long straight and some great slipstream opportunities, and also a track where we can possibly see some rain tonight. So the 296s to bring you to begin with, and then the GR2s to bring you after that. So we have a number of fantastic news to start off tonight's stream. So we announced the new series that are coming up. And I can confirm that the GR3 Master Series that we are doing, starting in April, is full. 15 out of 15 slots have gone. So now anyone that is wanting to sign up, you are on the reserve list. So that one is full, and then we are running a Porsche Cup as well, the amazing GT3 RS, and that one is going to be almost full up. It's got 4 drivers left in that one. Now, who are these two people that have just joined the room? You are not in this championship. Who are you? Anyone know who these are? Let's just message them both. Doing in here. Whilst we're doing that, let's look at the points tables and I can run you through them whilst I've just got some of these people in there. So, there is the bottom half of the table. So we have Nigel Mansnell there in 16th place. We then have Lino there in 15th, Johnny in 14th, Wacky 13th, Lee there in 12th, Speedway in 11th, Kayla in 10th, stuck on the grid in 9th. And then in the top half of the table we have Watsy there in 8th, Hoggy in 7th, with Mike in 9th, 6th, Race Lord there in 5th, who just popped in the chat saying good luck everyone. We've got Rich there in 4th, Sprinkler in 3rd, moving into the podium places there for Sprinkler, and then we've got D-Locks in 2nd. We've got 10th in the lead of the championship at the moment, but Temp is not very well. Temp is not here tonight. Temp is ill, so it is going to be the end of his perfect run of 6 races in a row with 6 wins and 6 fast laps. It's going to come to an end for him. So yeah, Temp's run is ending. But that's how the points line up at the moment. Let's have a look and see who we've got in the chat reference. So we've got, obviously, as I said, Jarvis there saying we've got everyone goals. Here we go again. Got to say it in the GT7 with Nigel Mansdale. Let's go. Have a great place, Mike, everyone. It's going to be an interesting one. That is for sure. Let's close down these points tallies, these points tables, and I think we'll get everyone ready up. Only 13 drivers. I'm trying. Who are we missing? We must be really missing someone, because I thought it was just the leaders. Voices Irish. Hello, how are you, my friend? How are you doing? Let's have a look. Let me consult my driver list. We will. Oh, and Hulky. Yeah, Hulky unfortunately couldn't make it tonight as well. That was the other one. I knew there was something off the top of my head. So yeah, unfortunately Hulky couldn't make it tonight as well. No one's staying ready. Apart from stuck on the grid, there he is, Mark, saying yes, he's ready to go. So I am battling a bit of a cold at the moment. Bit of a sort of throat, so help me get through tonight, everyone. If my voice goes completely. Right, let's start the qualifying. Let's get these guys underway. 5 minutes of qualifying here at Fuji for round 8 of the series. Praying for rain for the GR2. It would be interesting to see if it did rain. Mario in the chat saying evening everybody. Right. Qualifying underway. Liz is in the chat, welcome along again, Liz. Here tuning on Sprinkler as always. Mario saying good luck everybody. Also, yeah, if you are new, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Also get it shared out there. So here we go, out on track. Mike is out and underway, hoping for a better round tonight. Mike is, from what he had last time out, it was an evening to forget for Mike in the Ferrari and in the GR2. Rain can barely drive in the straight line and dry, let alone in the wet, says Mario. It's one of those tracks that it's a tough track. It just wants to spit you out every opportunity. And the last sector is just crazy. Absolutely crazy. So here comes Mike. So we'll stay on board with Mike. We'll see what Mike can do for the first qualifying lap. We reckon the drivers will probably get 2 in the Ferrari. And it's 5-minute qualifying session. A minute and a half of it gone already. We've been coming around. So Mike will pick up a distance. It's going to his way. Managed to hold it though. Mike is driving in the R. Get a like on the channel there on the stream for Mike absolutely saving the Ferrari. It's going to cost him a load of time down the straight. I think that's Rich is catching up behind, so this is going to be interesting. Rich is now got the slipstream, so Rich is going to benefit from this massively because he's going to have the dirty air when we get into the infield part later on. Mike getting the power down well. This is a tricky corner. You just kind of want to jab the brakes, turn, flick it in, aim for the bollard on the inside, and you can take a little bit of exit curve like Mike has done there. It's not bad after this one. Just this corner just goes on forever and ever and ever and ever. And then you just come around to it, really hard on the brakes. And back on the power, back down towards the biggest braking part on the infield of the track. Still, whether you probably say it's not as heavy braking as the first one. Heavy braking as the first one is just going from top of high speed. Just get Mount Fuji there in the background. Hence the name of the track. So I definitely feel like Rich has gained some time being behind Mike here. He'll get such a slipstream on the next lap, but is he going to penalise it? Is he losing out on time now because of where Mike is positioned on the track? Can't speak tonight. So here comes Mike through the last turn. Rich is going to get one massive toe down the start finish straight between Mike's 2 finishes lap. Let's see what Mike can get down there. So the Massimo goes on pole. Rich is going to go for an overtake here in qualifying. There's Rich up to second. Lee into third, Speedway in fourth. Let's have a look at Nigel. So here is Nigel. Man Snail getting his lap in. Sprinkler goes second. Lenio goes pole. And here is Honky in the chat. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here tonight, Honky. But cheers for tuning in and watching. And see, obviously, Honky has signed up for the GR3 Masters for the next time round. So have the car choices out to the drivers shortly for that. 6 different manufacturers there. D-Lox goes pole, 39.760 for D-Lox. Michaela's got himself up there. And Nigel is improving here. See what Nigel can get under his belt here, the checkered flag. will be out soon now. Will Nigel get round? He will not get this. He will not get another lap after this. This is going to be his last lap for Nigel. So let's have a look. What's he going to improve to here? Does improve, does a 40.3 as we get a few cars crossing the line there. Here comes Linio. Mike has improved. Lee's gone up. Stugel's gone up to 4th. Everyone's improving here. Let's see what Linio can do. He was second, so Sprinkler in front. What's Sprinkler going to improve to if he does? Linio goes on pole, so Linio's moved on up to pole position. So Linio on pole, absolutely flying there. Who's this other person that's joined the room? But Linio on pole, D-Lock's down in second now, only just by less than a 10th. Swinny's there in the chat saying, "Come on, Nigel." So, the results. Linio on pole, 139.688. D-Lock's there, 139.760, so less than a 10th between them. Then a bit of a jump. Nigel Mansell there in 3rd, 6 tenths off the pace there, with Stuboy in 4th, Gear Kayla in 5th, Lee in 6th, Sprinkler 7th, Rich in 8th, Watsy in 9th, with Johnny in 10th, Mike in 11th, Stuck in the Grid in 12th, and Wacky in 13th. So nice, close qualifying there. 1.7 seconds from pole to 13th. So not a bad qualifying result there for the drivers. Let's have a look what we got going on the chat. Everyone get your predictions in. There's no temp tonight, obviously because he's ill. So let's just have a look and see in the chat, who do we think is going to take this win? No temp. Who's going to take a win and who's going to take the fastest lap? Who do we think is going to get that? Chuck them up in the chat. Let's get our predictions in nice and early now before we get the race underway. Some of the drivers chatting in there. I think, yeah, it got a little bit close in the qualifying where Mike obviously almost had that half spin in there. Let's give everyone the ready. Everyone's trucking up their readies. Let's get this one underway then. I think that's most of the drivers that said ready. I know some drivers that never say it, and you know who you are. Yeah, that's good enough. Right, let's get this one underway for round 8 of the series here at Fuji. As I said, get your predictions in on the chat. Also, if you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Get it shared out as well. So here is the starting grid. It's Linio on pole, D-Lock's in 2nd, Nigel Mansell in 3rd, Stuboy 4th, Kayla 5th, Lee in 6th, Sprinkler 7th, and Rich rounding out the top 8. And it is going to be lights out and away they go. Weather looking good here, and an absolute blitz of Ferraris are coming at it down towards turn 1. As everyone looks to have made it round. Ooh, a little bit of contact there between Sprinkler and Lee. They both carry on. That was just in the background, so Sprinkler there got the inside. Now shutting the door on Lee into the corner, and they both make it around. and yet Sprinkler maintaining that position there. So Lino in the lead, going to have 7/10 of a second gap there from Deluxe in second, Nigel Mance now in third. Under pressure from Speedway in fourth, Kayla in fifth, Lee up into sixth place. So Lee and Sprinkler battling out, and they've got Rich behind full company as well. So they're battling out. Sprinkler in seventh, Rich is in eighth, Watsy in ninth, with Johnny in 10th, Mike is in 11th, He's going to take up the position into 12th, and stuck on the grid in 13th. All nice and close here as the battle goes on almost towards the end of lap 1. Lino maintaining a 6/10 of a second gap, and actually is pulling a bit of time down the straight, so that's going to be good for him. Obviously, will be giving away some slipstream to the cars behind. So we'll be under pressure from that side of it. Look at that shot of 13 from Ray 296. It's coming down. Start finish straight. And into the braking zone. Lino hard on the brakes and getting it turned in. And he's maintaining that position down on there. Now these two are pulling a little bit away from Nigel in third. So there is Nigel, and he's got Stubu and GK for company behind in that little battle. A bit further back, Sprinkler has got himself a bit of a gap now over Rich and Lee. So it's Sprinkler, and then behind that it is the battle between Lee and Rich as they go battling into the next corner. Rich with the inside line. So Lee in 8th, Mike up to 9th now, so Mike making up some places. Yeah, what am I missing tonight? Have a good one. Yeah, 10 PR. I'm pretty sure the drivers aren't too gutted though, because it means one of them's got a chance here. It says Watsy in 10th. 11th is stuck in the grid. He's made up a couple of places stuck on this lap. Johnny in 12th now, and Wacky dropping it back to 13th. But still very close between the field here. And still this man in the lead for Racing Rivals. As he comes down, should probably be the fastest lap of the race so far. 1:39.678. So still nice and close between the field. He just needs to make up a lot of time into that first and then on the exit, Deluxe has just pulled back a bit now. The gap is now down to 6 tenths. It was fastest through sector 1. I reckon Deluxe is probably on a quicker sector 1 there. Now, only half a second off. So he's gaining up some time here. And we've got Nigel there in third. So he's got a nice little gap in front of him and a little gap behind him as well. So he's in a good place. Yeah, Kayla in fourth, running wide there. So who have we lost from this? I think we've lost Stuboy from all of this. So Stuboy dropping down the order. Yeah, Kayla now fourth. Can't really hear me. I think my mic is on as loud as it will go. Yeah, my mic is as loud as it will go. Yeah, on 2 seconds. Let me just adjust some settings on it. Give me 2 seconds, everyone, once I just... Might just be because I've got a really croaky voice tonight. So I might just need to move my mouth a little bit. Let's try that now. So I'm just going to move it down a bit. Right, there you go. Is that any better? I've just adjusted the settings at the bottom of it. Apologies, I might have knocked. There's a little dial on the bottom of my mic, and I might have knocked that. As, changed the position in the lead. Deluxe getting in past Lino into turn 1. He's going to fight this one back. Let's have a look and see what happened there. So here they come. good, that's better. Yeah, I think I might have just knocked the little dial on the bottom and turned down the sensitivity a little bit on it. Here we go into turn 1. Getting up the inside. Linear trying to fight around the outside, but he gets the position done. That's a change for the lead. D-Lock's in the lead now. Linear in second. Third is still Nigel. Now he does have Gear Kayla. Gear Kayla. Perfect moment going for that fastest lap. Extra point, remember, for fastest lap of the race. Fifth at the moment, Sprinkler. Lovely little slide on there for Sprinkler. Then it is Rich there in 6th. So he's made up a couple of positions so far in the race. Lee is in 7th. With Watsy in 8th. Rocky's got himself up to 9th. He'll be loving life there in 9th. Stuck on the grid in 10th. With Johnny in 11th. Mike in 12th. And Stu Boy recovering. He's dropped all the way down to 13th. So here we go, battle at the front. D-Lock's having to defend into turn 1. Sending Lino round the outside. Lino looking for the cutback there. Tuck's him in the slipstream. So D-Lock's does have the fastest lap of the race, a 1 minute 39.654. And here comes the battle of the century as they are just approaching the halfway stage of the race. It is D-Lock's at the moment. He's got the track position. Lino's the one that's attacking. They come into the hard-braking zone there, and looks like Lino's dropped out by half a second there, so he lost a little bit of time there. And it looks like in the background, Sprinkler is coming under pressure from Rich, so he's lost a little bit of time. Now Rich is making up to the ground. So he's making up some time now with Rich. A lot of people going for some moves now at the halfway stage of the race. We've just gone over 7 minutes remaining in this. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Yellow flag is out. Who has lost it? Who has lost it? It's Lino. Lino's recovering. What has happened here? He was in second. I think he's lost it on the exit of the corner. On the curbs, it just goes right into the wall as well. It's going so well for him. Now he's got a big order to fill here to catch up. He gets absolutely sent by Lee. Now they're going to go side by side on the exit. I think Lee backed out there to give the place back. As there as well, we did see another move. God, it's move central going on here at the moment. So we had another move there in the background, which we'll go and see happen there. So that was between. Here we go, Rich getting up the inside and getting the move done, and getting past Sprinkler and getting himself up into P5. Fastest middle sector of the race so far there for Rich as well. So this has moved on his head. There we go, another purple sector for Rich. We'll stay on board with Rich. We'll see if Rich can do the fastest lap of the race at this stage. He's up to 4th now, only 1.9 seconds behind Gear Kayla, so for the podium place. He's only got one corner to go, but it's a crucial corner because it gives you all the speed down the start finish straight. All of these cars are so bunched up. Apart from the leader, D-Locks, he's got a massive gap at the moment as D-Locks. But here comes Rich. Can he get the fastest lap of the race? With 4 minutes 50 to go, he crosses the line, and it is a new fastest lap of the race, a 1 minute 39.552 for Rich. So he'll be getting the extra point as things stand at the moment. Let's have a full rundown of the race order as it stands at the moment. So, D-Lock's in the lead. He's now going for the fastest lap, so we'll see if he can take that back from Rich. He is almost 5 seconds in the lead of second place, which is Nigel Mansnail, who's coming under pressure slowly from Gear Kayla in 4th. With Rich hunting them down, sorry, Gear Kayla in 3rd, Rich hunting them down in 4th. Sprinkler also not too far behind this battle as well in 5th. Lino recovering from the spin, he's in 6th. With Lee in 7th. Watsy's in 8th. With Wacky there in 9th place. Stuck on the grid, hunting him down in 10th. Mike there is in 11th. With Johnny in 12th. And Stewboy in 13th. Right on the back of the pack. At the moment, so at the moment it is, can this man take the extra point back? Can he get another win? He won the first round of the series. It's enough for a new stump of the race at 1:39.437 for D-Locks. He crosses the line. And 5.7 seconds clear. And in second it is Nigel, and he's coming under pressure from Gear Kayla. 3 minutes left in the race. The marbles are starting to appear on the top left. So he's doing a phenomenal job here, but can he hold off the charge in Gear Kayla? I think Gear Kayla will be looking in his mirrors as well, thinking, I've got Rich getting closer and closer as well. Rich was bringing Sprinkler into the contention as well. These guys have probably got 2 laps left, maybe 3 for some of the front runners. As here they come, Nigel on a personal best. Gear Kayla getting closer and closer. He's only 6 tenths behind now. He's going to be feeling that slipstream massively down the extremely long start-finish straight. Who has retired into the pits? Let's have a look. Stewboy is retiring into the pits. So he's pulled over and he's retiring from the race. Nigel's pulled out a little bit of a gap here. But Gear Kayla is still within the slipstream range, so we'll be using that slipstream to his advantage. Now Nigel is slowly moving out of slipstream range here, so did get a better exit on that last corner. We've actually got Rich is closer to Gear Kayla than what Gear Kayla is to Nigel here, so this battle could go all the way, and it looks like this would probably be the last lap for these guys as well, the way that the timing's going. So D-Locks is miles out in front at the moment. We've got battle a bit further back. Let's have a look at this. It's a battle between Wacky and Stuck on the Grid. Look, it's a 4-way fight. Wacky's about to get double overtaken there by Mike and by Johnny. Oh, we missed out on that, but there we go. So Wacky moving down to 12th there, and this will be their last lap. So Wacky just needs to regroup, and hopefully he can get himself a couple of these positions back here on the last lap. As it looks like it's getting feisty here between Johnny and Stuck on the Grid as well. Let's just go to the battle at the front. Here is, so Nigel's pulled out a bit more of a gap. Still only 7 tenths now between Gear Kayla and Rich. So let's have a look here and see. We'll try and keep as much of the action going as we possibly can. Here's the battle further back. Mike running a little bit wide there in the background. We do need to jump to the leader because we are about to have a race win here for D-Locks as the checker flag just comes out as he gets there. So he takes round number 8 win, goes to D-Locks. Nigel holds on 2nd, Gear Kayla holds on 3rd, from Rich in 4th. Sprinkler will take 5th, with Lino recovering to 7th from the spin earlier on. Lee there taking 7th, with Watsy in 8th. Stuck on the Grid will take the checker flag in 9th, with Johnny in 10th. Wacky there is crossing in 12th with Mike in 11th. So then Wacky in 12th and Speedway in the pits, retiring from the race in 13th. But there's your race winner for tonight, won by 5.5 seconds. Didn't get the fastest lap though. The fastest lap did go to Rich, a 39.419 for Rich. So he will take the extra point for the fastest lap. So every point is going to count in this battle in the championship. It is tight for that third place spot, or even second and third. I think Temp is safe in this first place spot, even with missing this round. But it is Deluxe who takes the race win here tonight at Fuji for round 8. Hopefully that's the sight we'll see going forward. Bit of Hamilton in the Ferrari red. Let's have a look at those race results. Let's save the replay quickly first, just to make sure we do sit it down. So Deluxe with the race win. Nigel Mansell in second. Gear Kayla third. Rich in fourth. Sprinkler in fifth. Shout out to Rich who getting the fast lap there. Just. Again, the extra point for that. Lino there in 6th, recovered well after his spin. Lee in 7th with Watsy in 8th. Stuck on the grid in 9th, Johnny in 10th, Mike in 11th with Wacky there in 12th and Stewboy in 13th. Wow, right, don't go anywhere. We will have the GR2s coming up in a minute. So don't go anywhere, we'll be back in a couple of minutes. everyone, welcome back to the action and a slightly damp track. This is going to make it extremely interesting here for the round tonight. It is damp out there. So we're here for the GR2s back at Fuji. So we're just waiting for the last couple of people to join the lobby. So who is joining in now? We've got a couple of people just waiting to get on his Gavski. So we're just waiting on Race Lord to get into the room. And then we will be, I think that will be everyone. We will double check. Let's have a look at the championship standings. So after the last round, so we've got Brisket there in 15th. No Hassle in 14th. With Linio there in 13th. We've got Ryano there in 12th. Johnny in 11th. Hugo in 10th. Gia Kayla 9th. And then we've got in the top half of the table Mario in 8th. Rich in 7th. Mike in 6th. With Froxy Dev, who unfortunately can't make it tonight, in 4th. I've marked up the numbers here, I can tell you that now. In 5th, Defox in 4th, Gavski in 3rd, Temp in 2nd, and Race Lord winning the championship at the moment, going to Race Lord. Now, Temp obviously can't make it tonight because he's ill as well, so a couple of drivers down on tonight, but not too much to worry about, as the action here is going to be mental with the spray and everything that we've got on track. I think this is our lot for tonight. So, just to remind everyone, before we get the action underway here, that coming soon, 13th of April will be the round of the next series, and that is open now to driver sign up, open on the Discord. So if you're not on the Discord, get joined in and join the Discord, and that is now open for sign up. As I said, the GR3 Masters Series is coming up. That is already full. So there's a few places left in the Porter Cup that we're doing. Now let's just get ready here. Let's give the guys a ready and set their tyres for quali. Let's just give them a ready up and then they can get themselves ready to go. And as I said, a wet Fuji as it stands at the moment. A very wet Fuji. But it does look like it is drying out. Let's see if we... Here we go. Here they all come saying ready. So, readies are coming in. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get this one underway and get their qualifying going. This is going to be an interesting one. As I said, it's going to start out wet. So it is raining. Windscreen wipers are on. Ryano starting off on the inters. A lot of people starting off on the softs. It's going to be interesting to see how wet it is actually on the track. From the early indications that I'm seeing here, it might be dry enough for the soft, but we might see some incidents happen here. So Ryano's out the pits on the inters. Helock's just coming out the pits. Now he's gone on the softs. Gikayla is on the softs. So Ryano there is on the intermediate tyre. Mario is out. Mario's on the inters as well. Already getting burn marks on the inters. Hugo is out and he's on the softs. It is still raining, as you can see on the screen. It's very much borderline what tyre you would use at this point. Mike is out, he's on the softs. Nino's out, he's on the inters. D-Lox is out, he's on the softs. Rich is out and on the softs. Racing's there, he's on the inters. Gavski's out on the inters. And then Johnny's on the inters. I don't know what I think I would be out on the softs. I don't think this is wet enough for inters at this point. What would you go on if you were in this race? Would you be out in this qualifying? Look how much they're burning out the intermediates already. I don't think it's damp enough in the intermediates. It's going to be interesting to see what tyres the drivers choose to start the race on. It is going to be Ryan here to start off. Is this a wet qualifying? Well, it's borderline wet. It's right on the cusp. Some drivers, we're going to find out in a minute, because there's some drivers on softs and there's some drivers out on inters. The inters are getting torn apart. Look at this. Look, who's that in the back? I think that's GR2 going well. Yeah, well over speed there with Matt. So I think that GR2's on the right tyre compound here. I think he's made the right call. Here's Hugo on the soft. He's absolutely flying. Nino's on the inters now. The inters are getting burnt to a crisp already. They've not even done 2 laps yet. D-Lox is on the soft, so he's going to be loving life. Rich is on the softs. Gowski on his inters is burning them to a crisp. Mike's on softs, so he'll be having some fun. Racelaw on the inters, so he's going to be burning them out to a crisp as well. And Johnny's on them, and Johnny's tyres are looking shot as well. Randy's going to be the first one to cross the line. Now we'll find out, we'll definitely know from this what tyre compound's the best one. But I don't think it's wet enough at this point. The windscreen wipers aren't even on anymore. So 1 minute 33. Mario crosses the line, he's coming into the pits, he changes his tyres. Hugo goes on pole 1 minute 30.5 and he's on the softs. So it's definitely the people that are on the softs are the ones to beat at the moment. D-Lox goes pole at 1 minute 29.345. So he's absolutely flying. Where's Gavski? Is he going to complete his lap? No, he's coming into the pits. Mike was on the softs. So we'll see where Mike can put the car here. He's lost a bit of time there. He only goes 7th. Race Lord is staying out on the inters. So he's going to get a banker lap in, I think. He gets himself up to 7th. And then Johnny there coming through in 9th. But it was definitely the people that were on the softs. Ooh, D-Lox getting a half-second penalty. He's going to want to come in and change his tyres on this lap. Rich was on the softs as well. He gets himself up to 2nd place. Hugo in 3rd. So all of these guys that went out on the softs, they've absolutely lucked in. They've absolutely called it right. As it looks like we're going to see Hugo coming into the pits. So it's a 10-minute qualifier in the GR2s. So Hugo coming in. So Rayano was the highest placed intermediate runner, and I can tell you his tyres are over halfway worn after 3 laps. As Rich gets himself up to 2nd there. Intermediates getting changed off the car. Mike does a 1 minute 30. He gets himself up to 3rd. It's definitely going to be an interesting. Would you start on the inters so you could potentially go soft? Or is it going to be wet enough for this? Well, I don't think it's going to be wet enough for the start of the race. If it was me, I would start on the hard as Ryan there gets a half-second penalty. Is this man on pole at the moment? He's out on fresh tyres. The moisture bar is virtually just where it has disappeared at this part of the track. He's absolutely flying. But I reckon we're going to see the lap times tumble. I reckon we'll be into the 1 minute 28s. I reckon a pole lap will be a 1 minute 28. We will find out in the next 4 minutes. Look at that lovely Japanese livery as he moves over to let the faster cars through that are coming through behind. Getting himself some space ready to start his lap. He's got the race win from the 296. Can he do it here? As we get Temp in the chat saying, go on, Rich. D-Lock's moving on over just to let the cars through behind, create themselves some space. Doesn't want to let the tyres cool down too much though. As he gets the space he wants and gets himself underway. There is Rich now. He is flying on round. As Gavsky goes up to third with 29.507. What can Rich do through the middle sector? Somewhat of a Fuji master as he goes 2 tenths quicker. Can he be the first one to break it into the 28s? Said he likes this track, said he feels at home here and has done a lot of practice around here. Is it going to show? As D-Locks is on pole at the moment. Rich not too far behind him, but can he take pole? And here he comes, onto the start-finish straight. 2 minutes left in the qualifying session, and he does it's enough for pole, but only just. As we get Mike crossing the line behind, and that was Gavsky. He goes off. You go up to third. Gavsky in fourth. Yeah, Kayla now, and then there is Nino up to second by 9 thousandths of a second. So D-Lock's now in third. As Gavsky takes pole at 29.055. We're not into the 28 yet. We're not into there yet. As D-Locks takes it off with Gavsky with a 29.032. This is close between all these cars. Race Lord gets himself up into 7th. The sun's now coming out here at Fuji. D-Locks though going a 10th quicker. Will someone break that 28? Will somebody get up into the 28s? Can somebody get that lap time in that we want to see in the qualifier? Can it be D-Locks? Can he get the pole position here? He's only got a few corners left to go. Look how sunny it is here now. That rain is a distant memory, and there it is. It's Linio who takes the pole at the moment at 28.686. So he's done it as it stands at the moment. Mario's going to cross. He's gone second. Mario will be buzzing with that. D-Locks 2 cross the line. Can he improve? Can he take pole off of these guys? He doesn't. He stays in third. Gavsky is finished. He's done. He's at 4th. Ryan, and then Rich got a penalty. Race Lord was second. Not enough for pole. It's the 4,000th of a second. Linio on pole. Race Lord second. 4,000ths of a second. Johnny there crossing the line with 1 minute 30. But it is Linio on pole. He's still on it. He's still on it as well. So Linio on pole. I don't think he's going to improve. But what a close qualified. 4,000ths of a second across the line. Still another close qualifying. A lot of cars really close. The front two extremely close. Mario and Deluxe third and fourth really close, and Gavsky in fifth really close together between them. Nigel Mansell in the chat saying nice lap, yeah, quality lap. Ronginho doesn't improve, and just Rich across the line, and he doesn't improve either. Super close. Seems to be always super close in this at the moment. Let's have a look at the results. So Linho taking pole position at 128.686. Race Lord only 4 thousandths behind. And then Mario in third. Mario will be buzzing with this qualifying result. In third, 29.022. Deluxe fourth, Gavsky fifth. And look how close it is between third to fifth. Rich in sixth, Hugo in seventh, Giacchela in eighth, all within a second of pole. Ryano also within a second of pole. Then Mike in 10th with Johnny in 11th. Right, let's tell the guys to set tyres for race start. And then let's give the guys a little ready up. Right, we know it's going to start slightly wet. Nice job, Mario says. Nigel, yeah, Mario will be absolutely buzzing with that. Absolutely buzzing he'll be with that. And fair play to him, he deserves it. He's been putting in some practice. So he definitely deserves it. So let's get ready to rumble. We'll just let the guys get themselves ready. Get your predictions in. Who do you think is going to take round 8 here? Are the conditions going to catch anyone out? Is anyone going to stop the inters? It's going to be interesting. Well, let's get this one underway here. 30 minutes of GR2 series action. Round 8, Fuji, coming your way. Let's see what the guys can do on a damp track. Is anyone going to start on a bit of an out there tyre choice? Driver names, and we are ready. Right. Oh, the pole man is starting on the inters. Race Lord's on the softs. So is Marion. Deluxe on the hards. Gavsky on the softs. There's your top 5. Now, I don't think it's wet enough here. As we get the action underway, Linho is going to need to make these tyres work massively to his advantage on this opening lap. Now, if he does pit early doors, obviously then the rule doesn't apply to him. You have to use both tyre compacts because he has used. So he doesn't need to use both tyres now in this race. Doesn't need to use the hards. He can just go softs to the end of the race. As everyone appears to be making it round lap 1. There is a spray out there, so it is damp enough. This part of the track especially, it is wet enough. Now he is pulling out a gap at this point. But how quickly it's going to dry out, that's going to be the thing that is going to get him stuck. This is where it's going to get interesting, into the braking zone, into here. Will we see anyone go straight on? Looks like Mario getting around there. D-Locks in 4th. Gavsky in 5th. Giacchela has got rain and damage, so it looks like there's been a bit of contact. Ryano's on the intermediates. Hugo is on the softs. Johnny is on the softs. Mike is on the hards. And Rich, who's down in 11th, he's on the hards. So Rich losing that lot places here at the start. Linho, 1.7 seconds clear at the end of lap 1. Still wet enough for the inters at the moment, as we see the cars kicking up the spray. So at the moment, you would say that Linho has made the right call here. Looking for wetter parts of the track to position his car in. Race Lord losing out a lot of time through turn 1. The gap almost up to 2 seconds. I think this infield part of the track is drier than the main straight. So I think this is where we will see the other cars gaining back up, but as gap it comes down to 1.6. Now back up to 1.7, so every time we get like a braking zone, acceleration zone, the gap does change. So Race Lord doing a great job on the soft in second. We're not even burning out his softs at all because of how wet it is. So this, oh, there was a bit of coming together there in the background. Let's have a look at that. I think that was around the 8th place. So here we go. What happened here? Hugo and Mike going side by side, and then I think in the background Johnny's just going to get a run here. Oh, and I think Hugo just got himself on the curb, loses out the position but does manage to keep it going there. Mike making up a place up into 8th. So there's our annoying fuel glitch. Gap now down to a second. The intermediates are starting to burn out. Race Lord now is on the hunt. Now his tyres are absolutely perfect at the moment. So he's got himself an extra 3 minutes of soft running. Mario's are perfect as well. Davsky's up to 4th now on the softs, and his tyres are perfect also. So he's in the fight here. D-Lock's in 5th on the hards. So this is interesting. He's the front hard runner, so we've got to keep an eye out for him. He'll come into play later on in the race. Ryano on the inters. Those inters are getting absolutely burnt to a crisp. Mike there on the hards. He's now going to come under pressure from Gear Kayla. Gear Kayla in 8th. Mike in 7th. And they've got Johnny behind them, and into the braking zone they go. Looks like most of them make a run. Johnny going up the inside. Gear Kayla fighting it back on the curb there. Johnny getting bounced over the sausage and over the bollard. And Johnny losing out a couple of positions there. And Hugo taking advantage and getting himself up a position. So it is Race Lord taking the lead, is it? He's in the tow. He's gone forward with Race Lord. He's right. Oh, what happened there? Race Lord was trying to slipstream. Wow, we'll go back and have a look at what happened there. Race Lord getting front aero damage. What happened there? Race Lord right in the tow. And then, oh, Lino was coming into the pits, and Race Lord just stayed right behind him and didn't think he was coming into the pits. So he gets front aero damage, and that means now new leader of the race, Gavsky, up into the lead of the race. Mario up into 2nd. He's going to be absolutely loving this. Race Lord down into 3rd. Front aero damage. That was a little bit. Ooh. You'd expect Lino to be coming into the pits there because of the tyres he's on. But obviously, Race Lord won't know what tyres he's on. So he's trying to slipstream him to get the position down the straight. Doesn't think, oh, he might be coming into the pits. Lino brakes in the pit entry. Race Lord straight into the back then. There's Nigel Mansell in the chat with the emoji covering his eyes. Nigel, give us your thoughts on that. Also, yeah, anyone that's watching, give us your thoughts on what happened there. That's a bizarre incident. Race Lord still good pace though. Fast lap of the race at the moment, going to this man, going to Gavsky. Just over a second clear of Mario. Now the tyre wear is starting to come into effect now for the cars, but they're 6 minutes in and the tyres are looking really good. Happy with this kind of wear rate at the moment. Easily going to get to the halfway point. Now, the interesting thing is, You see dark clouds there. Race Lord, obviously, with the front aero damage. D-Lox, only 4.6 seconds off the lead, and he's on the hard tyre. Wow, he's absolutely flying on that hard tyre. Hugo on the softs in 5th. Johnny's having a great race on the softs in 6th. Mike up to 7th. Rich is in 8th. Kayla in 9th. Now, the two that have pitted, Lino is on the softs now. And out and underway. And so is Ranu. Ranu's come out on the hards. Ranu, you didn't need to use the hards. Unless you're planning on going all the way to the end of the race, which fair play if you're doing that. Because you're only 29 seconds off the lead. But at the moment, 2.4 seconds clear. It is Gavsky, new fastest lap of the race for him as well. A 29.048 for Gavsky. Wasn't looking forward to this one. Hasn't practiced. He's been away. He's been in Poland. So hasn't practiced. And it seems to be playing to his advantage at the moment. Mario will be absolutely loving life. 30.532 on the last lap for Mario. Racing on 30.292. So Racing catching up a little bit. Bringing D-Lox into contention as well here. So this is getting interesting now towards the front. I think D-Lox is on for an absolute stormer. He's only 6 seconds off the lead. He's on the hard tyre. He's almost getting towards the halfway point in the race. He's only got another 6 minutes and he's there. But the interesting thing is going to be if it rains again. Which as it stands at the moment, it doesn't look like it will. But you never know. New personal best of 30.801. Only 1.6 off the back of Race Lord in 3rd place. 5th at the moment going to Hugo. His softs are getting burnt to a crisp now. Getting halfway worn on the fronts. Johnny's softs are getting very worn out. Mike's hard tyres are looking great. So are Rich's hards as well. Rich down in 8th. Kayla in 9th. His hard tyres are looking good as well. And obviously Lino there on the softs and Ranu. As we saw earlier on the hards. Tyre wear looks like it could be an issue. What tyres is Rich on? Rich is on the hards, half-second penalty for Rich as well. As all changed for position there. Let's see what happened back there. So there's Gear Kayla. What's going to happen to Gear Kayla here? Is it just a change for position? It is just a change for position on track. So I think Gear Kayla's suffering from that rear aero damage that he's got. And here comes Gavsky to complete another lap. Mario into the pits. Mario saying goodbye to those soft tyres. Gavsky going around to complete another lap. Race Lord now moving up into 2nd. Their tyres aren't looking too bad on the Nissans at the moment. D-Lox absolutely flying on the hard tyres. Can't believe his pace on these. Purple in the 1st sector. I can't wait to see his pace when he gets on to a set of softs later on. Hugo up to 4th. His tyres definitely looking a bit worse for wear now. Will need to come into the pit shortly for sure. Johnny in 5th. With his windscreen wipers on, so just the rain come back to the track. Mike in 6th. Doing a great job there on the hards as well. Lino moving on up the field. Now on the softs, we'll have to pit shortly. Rich in 8th. Kayla is in 9th place. Mario's out the pits in 10th, but does have himself a nice bit of clear crack. And a new set of hard tyres to show for it as well. And Ryano there in 11th. Now, here comes Gavsky. He's got enough tyres to do another lap for sure. So Gavsky's staying out for another lap. Very consistent lap times from Gavsky. Race Lord, he's bringing it in to the pits. There's D-Lox flying on through on the hards. 1 minute 30.54 D-Lox, he's absolutely flying. Hugo staying up for another lap on the softs. He's risking it. Now where is Race Lord? Race Lord just getting into his pit box now. Now dropping down to 6th. He's going to get the softs. He's got damage to repair, so this is going to be interesting. Where is Mario? So Mario's gone through. And there is Mario, and there is Race Lord. So Mario staying in front of Race Lord. So no change for position there. Johnny is in the pits in 11th. He is actually going to get out. Trips alongside. And there we go. Johnny is in 11th. Ranu in 10th. Now surely we're going to see Gavsky coming in on this lap. Very good, consistent lap times from Gavsky. He's made it almost to 14 minutes in the race. He's standing in front of him. He's staying. D-Lox will obviously stay because he's at half time. Hugo, yeah, I was going to say, we've got to see Hugo come in. His tyres are shot. Lino will stay out on his set of softs that are very starting to get worn. Mike is out on the hard still, so he's doing a great job on the hards. Moving now up to 4th place for Mike. Rich up to 5th now. 6th now going to Gear Kayla. 7th, Hugo, who's in the pits. Here comes Race Lord through on the hards in 7th. And Mario has dropped down to 8th on his set of hards. Hugo in 9th. Just coming out of the pits. Ryanu in 10th. Battling out with Johnny here at the back. For 10th and 11th. It's Nissan versus Nissan. Johnny, the one with his windscreen wipers on. Someone tell him it's not raining anymore. Oh, surely Gavsky, you can't do another lap. Oh, he's pushed them too far. He's off there. That's going to cost him a bit of time. If ever there was a warning sign to get yourself into the pits, there it is. And he's coming in. He needs to get himself off of those tyres. And he's in. D-Lox will take the lead of the race on his hard tyres. As Gavsky's pit crew just waiting for him to arrive. And here he is. And he's in for the hards. Lino moving up to 2nd. Now where is Mike? Mike's just coming down. Gavsky just getting out in front of Mike. That's crucial for Gavsky. Gets out just in front of Mike. Mike hasn't pitted yet. Hards. That's very crucial there for Gavsky getting out in front of Mike, who has Rich for company. Rich all over the back of him. Lexus versus Nissan. Rich with his hazard lights on. Like he knows there's going to be an accident in front of him, like you know what you see on the motorway. Kayla in 6th. He's having a good race on his hards. Been running them for a while. Race Lord in 7th. Still got Mario nice and close for company in 8th. So Mario having a very good race. As I don't know who this person is that's flying in the room. Mario absolutely flying. So Hugo obviously been in and put his set of hard tyres on now. That's him with his pit stops done to the end of the race. And Ryanu, they're in 10th with Johnny in 11th. Now Deluxe, see, he started on the hard tyre. As we see Mike coming into the pits from 5th. So Deluxe started on the hard tyres. He's been running them now for the last 17.5 minutes. So he's absolutely killing it. His lap times on these hard tyres are phenomenal. He's doing really well on the hard tyre. But what point will we see him come into the pits? I think he's going to try and get to 10 minutes left. So probably not the end of this lap, probably the next lap we'll see him into the pits. Lino is definitely going to need to pit again. So obviously he didn't start on any of the tyres. He started on... It's starting to get dark out here again. Has he pulled an absolute best strategy I've ever seen? And is he going to pit for inters? Is it about to rain here again? Because if it rains here again now, he's absolutely locked in. He's coming into the pits. We can see a massive, massive swing in this race. If it rains here again, Deluxe is out. No windscreen wipers on the cars yet. Gavsky in 2nd, but it is getting dark now. We're going to see another downpour. Like what we got at the start of the race. Rich is up in 3rd now on the hards, so he could look in. If it rained now and he had switched to a set of... Oh, this is going to get very interesting. Do not go anywhere, anyone. Because it looks like it's about to downpour here. Kayla could luck in from this as well. Restored would have to pit again for the 2nd time this race. So would Mario. Nino's come in and got himself another set of hards, so maybe there's no rain on the horizon. He didn't need to use the hard tyre. This is why you read the driver's briefing. Hugo there in 8th. And we got Ryanu there in 9th. Mike in 10th. Mike is out on the softs. 11th is Johnny. He's on quite worn softs now. Here comes Deluxe. Oh, will that be a pit lane line crossing there? Here comes Gavsky on the hards, coming down the start finish straight. He will take back the lead of the race. So here he comes on through as we get Rich going into the pits in the background as well. This is going to put Gear Kayla. No, Gear Kayla's coming in, so that's going to put Race Lord up into what is now 3rd place, as Deluxe is out and on the softs. So he's come out in 2nd. He's going to be absolutely flying here. So there must not be any rain on the horizon, because surely you'd look at your radar and see the rain coming and hold on to your hards a bit longer. So Gavsky on the hards. You can see Deluxe in the background. Can he make it 2 wins out of 2 tonight? Can he be the Fuji master? We'll find out in 9 minutes. So Deluxe absolutely, he's going to be gaining up so much time. Race Lord in 3rd. Mario in 4th. He'll be very happy with a 4th place finish here. Lino in 5th on the hards. Didn't need to use the hards. Could have pitted for a set of softs again. Hugo in 6th. Mike in 7th. Mike is another one to watch at this late stage of the race, because he's on the softs now. Rich is on the softs as well. Another driver to watch on the softs in 8th place. Ryanu there on the hards in 9th. Johnny's up to 10th. His tyres, they look like they're going to run out now. Pay no attention to Jolly's windscreen wiper. He's had that on the whole race. And Kayla there in 11th, but on the softs. So as it stands at the moment, Gavsky 3.3 seconds clear. Only 2.9 now, so T-Lops is coming for him. Gavsky now only 2.8, so D-Lock's definitely coming for him. I reckon next 2 laps, and we've got a fight for the lead on our hands here. 2.2. Doesn't look like to be as dark out there now. Fastest lap of the race is still with Gavsky at 1:29.048. D-Lockson's last lap was a 1:29.140, so he is on the pace of what Gavsky was doing earlier on in the race when he was on the softs. He looks like it's definitely getting brighter out here now, so the drivers definitely made the right call and didn't hang on to take any inters because they won't need them. D-Lock's fastest first sector of the race. Gap down to 1.5. Down to 1.1 now. It's coming, 6 minutes left in the race. He's still purple. He's going to get a slipstream down the start-finish straight, and that slipstream could be what takes the fastest lap away from Gavsky. Now Gavsky does have 10 seconds back to Race Lord. In fact, it's not enough to pit and go for another set of tyres and go for the fastest lap again. And here we go, half a second coming onto the start-finish straight. Let's see how much D-Locks closes up. Fastest lap of the race as well, 1:29.029. Closing up under braking, he's going to have such better braking on the soft tyre compared to the hards in front. Hards are going to struggle to get their power down as well. He's now 3.4. Yeah, they're off the car in front of Gavsky. Ford about to move there. Look at that drive off the corner. Gavsky sending him to the outside. He looks going to be looking to the inside. Oh, maybe a little bit of a late move in there from Gavsky, but he moved back out of the way to give D-Locks room. That is D-Locks to the lead of the race. So D-Locks there, moving on up. Getting the place done. He's on the soft tyres. He's just got to make the soft tyres last. Another 4 minutes. Gavsky in second now. Race Lord in third. With Mario in fourth. With Linio getting closer as the race goes on. Mario's going to want to keep hold of this fourth place. Mike now up to sixth and absolutely flying on the soft tyre. But has Rich behind on the soft tyre. And Rich's soft tyres are a lot newer than Mike's. Mike moving over to block the slipstream and take it away from Rich. Rich not following him over. So Rich thinking, I'll just do it all myself. The Lexus is a very good car around this track. I think now the fact that Rich's tyres are a lot newer, that is going to help him massively here. Great race, saying temp, it is a great race. Because there's not a single person in it that's running away with it. Hint, hint, temp. And here we go. It's going to be a change of position. It is Rich now getting the place up and getting himself up into 6th. He's going to be on the outside. But getting it done, getting his Lexus up into 6th place. Mike has spun round. Mike trying to get the power down. And he has gone round. Let's just have a look. So, where is Mike? Here is Mike. So Mike just getting the power down on the exit. And just the rear going round. And into the barrier. Front aero damage for him. And that drops him down to 10th place. Mike, if you had no luck, if you didn't have bad luck, you'd have no luck, my friend. He locked in the lead of the race. 1.7 seconds clear now. He's cleared Gavsky. Gavsky's still hanging on in there on his hard tyres. Race Lord there in 3rd at the moment. Mario in 4th, but does have a charge in Linio. Can he hold him off? It's going to be a tall order to keep an NSX behind him. NSX seems to have improved as the series has gone on, and is now probably the fastest car of the 3 on offer. Mario making that Lexus as wide as he dares. Now, are we going to see the change happening down the straight here? Let's go on board with Linio. Will he get the drive here? He's in the slipstream. And Mario going down to the while Linio getting himself up into 5th place. Rich is on the charge behind. Rich could maybe get himself up a place here as well, because Rich is on the soft. So we could see Rich as the checkered flag will be coming out. Now, where in the back, we got Mario now. Oh, it's contact from Rich and Mario. I think Rich backed off and spun him back round in the right direction. Mario doing a great job to hold it and keeping on to 5th. Now, coming on to the start-finish straight now, we do have, in a second, it will be D-Locks. He's coming around the last couple of corners. We'll jump back to the action here with Rich. Rich there in 6th. Half a second off. And then we will jump round now to D-Locks, because D-Locks will be about to take the checkered flag. It is D-Locks who takes the race win here at round 8. Gavsky in 2nd. Race Lord will take 3rd. So he'll be happy with the podium. And then it's going to be Linio who will take 4th place. Holding out from temp. Sorry, not from temp, from Rich. Will he do it across the line? Mario crossing the line. 2 temps in front of him. Rich there in 6th. Hugo in 7th. Manu there in 8th. Kikela in 9th. Mike in 10th. Unfortunate for Mike. And Johnny in 11th for the race win. Going to D-Locks. He's done the double tonight. 2 races, 2 wins. Up 3 places in the GR2 for D-Locks. Congratulations to him. An epic, epic race. Let's save down the replay. So, just to confirm the results here, D-Locks race win, fastest lap. Gavsky in 2nd, just missing out on the fastest lap, but a great race from Gavsky. Race Lord finishing out the podium there in 3rd. Then we've got Lino in 4th, Mario finishing in 5th, Rich in 6th, Hugo in 7th, Kayla in 8th, Mike in 9th. Unfortunate for him, was having a great race until that unfortunate incident which spun him out into the barrier. And then Ryano in 10th, a 1 minute penalty for Ryano, so that will need to be adjusted actually, because he did use the inters, so he didn't actually finish in 10th, so we'll change the order back to what it should be, because the rules state if you do use the correct tyres, you move back up to places where you should be. And then Johnny in 11th. So Ryano, if you are watching Irish, you will actually be, you would have finished 25 seconds off, so I think you're just behind Hugo. Let me just double check. Yeah, you would be just behind Hugo, so you are actually 8th. No, that's what I was just saying, Irish. Your penalty won't count because you use the inters. So, absolute great race. Yeah, D-Lock's in the chat saying I didn't realise I enjoyed Fuji so much. Great race, people. Mate, you were absolutely on fire tonight. You were. You've got to make this your new favourite track, surely. Absolutely on fire, absolutely doing so well there. So congratulations to you on both your race wins here tonight. So everyone, we'll be back next week for round 9, penultimate round of the series. Next week, which is at... I can't remember the name of the top now. Suzuka. Why did it take me so long to think of Suzuka? We're staying in Japan. Where's Suzuka? For the next round, so for round 9. So tune in then. If you want to get involved in the next series, there's still places in the Porsche Cup and reserve places going for the other ones as well. So if you do want to get involved in that, just head over to our Discord or drop us a message so you can find out how you can get involved. But cheers everyone so much for tuning in and watching. We'll be back next week for another round. We'll catch you then.